Yo guys, what's up? It's WarSpirit. I got some Titanfall today, some DLC Titanfall on one of the new maps, Pilot Hunter on Wargames, which is the one with the crazy simulation thing, hence the fancy little intro there. Instead of dropping out a ship, you are just inside a simulated world and everything in here is not real, unlike all the other maps in Titanfall, which are very much real battle sequences, and if you die there, you are going to die in real life. So this one's just a simulation. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, it doesn't matter if you accidentally blow yourself up with an arc grenade at some point in this gameplay. But that is my one and only death, where I do have a little suicide fail, so you'll see that at some point. Which brings up a little point which I would like to mention, that maybe when you suicide, kill yourself with a grenade or satchel charge, like most people seem to be doing, is just charging with satchels, blowing themselves up and anyone else around them. Maybe you should award a kill to at least the enemy team or any player who did shoot that player who suicided a little bit, because right now you basically get no points for someone who blows himself up with a satchel and killed you after you empty half a clip into them. So that would be a proposed change, a change that might actually benefit the gameplay, unlike some of the recent disappointing changes which Respawn have made in Titanfall. If you have been following me on Twitter and Facebook, you would know that I'm not very happy with a lot of the changes that were secretly introduced with this patch or update 3. But we want to try and stay positive for at least the first half of this video. So let's talk about the new DLC maps, and I'm very happy with the new maps. They are really awesome. This one here is Wargames, and it seems to have really nice parkour. This was like either my first or second gameplay or match on Wargames, so I think the first one I played was Last Time Standing. So in this one I'm just basically jumping around and bouncing my ass off every single wall and seeing where they take me, just running around and jumping off of things. Managed to rack up 20 kills as well while I'm at it. Most of the work done in my Strider. You'll see here, I did mention my last one that I'm pretty bad at time fights or something. Like I die really fast in my Strider. I put a lot of work into this gameplay here because it was going so well. I thought it might be YouTube potential, so I wanted to try and show you off that I've been training up my my Titan fights or something. I end up getting like 10 Titan kills as well in this game with my 2 or 3 Striders that I get. So that's pretty cool as well. And the new maps are awesome, better than some of the default maps which came with the game. I'm not a big fan of things like Fracture or Outpost 407 or even really Training Ground. So these maps would be nice replacements for these if they came with the original game. Otherwise they're nice additions for DLC, but again, I'm not big around this whole DLC hype train that's happening in FPS games these days, because what it has done is just split up the player base a lot. We'll talk about that a little bit once we get to the disappointed in Respawn section of this video. So the DLC is only like $10 or something, which is pretty cheap, and the season pass is there as well. I've already got the season pass with my digital deluxe when I bought the game, so you might want to think about picking it up if the DLC is going to be continued to be played by players over the coming weeks. I don't see it being populated forever, as with all DLC and FPS games, that usually after a few weeks after release it gets impossible to play on the new maps. And even like late at night when I try and search for DLC on the release night, I couldn't find anyone to play the DLC with on European servers. So it seems that people are still resorting to basic old attrition playlists. So I will try and get you gameplay on the other 2 maps as well next week at some point. I'll see what I can work up. I did just finish my last ever university exam. It was an oral exam, a presentation about my final year project. This seemed to go really well, so I was really happy yesterday when I got that over with. Like, just massive weight off my shoulders. Such a stress-free day was after that, so like not even Respawn's bad patches or bad decisions could upset me there, and I just played Titanfall for like the majority of the day, and yeah, had a lot of fun playing DLC and just having a laugh with people in the clan. Having a good time. And then actually later on at night we ended up playing League of Legends for quite a few hours last night. We played League of Legends with our usually a Titanfall crew. We're all sitting playing League of Legends, which I don't know if that's a good thing to be boasting about for Titanfall, but on like the day after the release of the DLC, we sat and played League of Legends for about 3 hours one night instead of playing Titanfall. I don't know if that's a good thing for the game or not. But anyway, I was really looking forward to Update 3, which you could see in my previous video. The patch notes were looking fantastic, and lots of stuff seemed to be looking good for the game. There was lots of promising features being added. Unfortunately, some of the features which were intended to be added with this patch were not listed on the patch notes. and when we did find out about these other secret changes, it was pretty disappointing. So of course some of the changes that were introduced with update 3 were unintentional bugs which somehow managed to get past Respawn's QA team, if they even have a QA team for the PC version of Titanfall, which I highly doubt, to be honest. I don't think they have a QA team at all for PC with the bugs that managed to get past them. So one of the updates with update 3 was that you can now run the game at 144Hz or 120Hz based on your monitor. So anyone who has a monitor with 120 FPS or 144 FPS somehow found out that lock-on weapons were locking on a hell of a lot faster than they should have been, and even weapons were firing a lot faster than they should have been based on your frame rate. And this was discovered like a few hours after the update was released. Like, videos were uploaded a few hours after the update, and somehow this managed to get past Respawn's QA team. Like, what the fuck? How is that even possible? They were pretty much like, holy shit, how did we let this get past? And they jumped right on that and tried to fix it as fast as possible. So some guy put in a lot of work and managed to fix it, which they probably shouldn't have needed to do if they actually had people who were testing their patch updates. The biggest secret disappointing change that was introduced with update 3 for me was the changes to capture the flag. Now, I've always said that capture the flag in Titanfall is absolutely amazing. It's so good, so balanced, so strategic, and absolutely does not need any changes at all. Unfortunately, the whining public players of Titanfall requested with a heavy majority that flags could not be captured or returned by Titans, and eventually this got through to Respawn, and so they did remove this feature from the game. But what it has resulted in for sort of higher skill level games, yes, in public servers it is still possible to capture flags if you are good at parkour, because you just outrun basically everyone and every Titan on the map with your parkour skills. But unfortunately, in sort of higher level or higher skilled games, it has made getting flags out of the enemy base virtually impossible, because usually defense, or people who played the defense role in CTF, had about a few seconds to react to a flag pickup from their base. If someone picked it up, 3 seconds later they'd be outside the enemy base and either inside a Titan or attempting a parkour run across the map if they had cleared the defense of the enemy base, and if they had a strong mid they would be parkouring across the map as well. Otherwise they would be looking to get inside a Titan just to get it away from the opening of the enemy base, because getting out of the enemy base is the hardest part of picking up the flag in competitive CTF, and one of the ways that we could get out easily was to put it inside a Titan. And this Titan that the flag was inside would never last long in competitive play. It would go down really fast. In public play, you would get a dash core strider and it would just dash across the entire map, which people weren't very happy with. But this update has basically broken competitive CTF, because now it is so hard to get flags out of the enemy base, and we have tested some scrims and basically every single game ends with one cap, and that's it. Like, one cap in the entire match. It's just one lucky cap which defines who wins the game in CTF competitive, and it's just horrible. It's just a really frustrating experience. If you get the flag out of the enemy base and then you die halfway across the map, there's no chance that anyone on your team can pick up that flag anymore, because it's just going to be filled up with cluster missiles and chain gun fire and 40 mils, and then there'll just be Titans dashing around all over the flag as well, preventing any pilots from running in to pick up, just running over anyone who goes in to grab it. Yeah, it's just horrible, absolutely disgusting to play now, and I'm very disappointed. And when we thought that that was all the disappointment we were going to get after update 3, we were wrong, because the day after, or yesterday, Respawn actually announced that they had removed Capture the Flag and Pilot Hunter from Titanfall playlists on PC. And you know me, Capture the Flag and Pilot Hunter are the only 2 game modes which I play in Titanfall, the only 2 game modes that I actually enjoy in Titanfall. Capture the Flag was the most competitive game mode. It was absolutely fast paced. It was a game made for Titanfall and the parkour and everything that is in Titanfall. And then Pilot Hunter is just so much better than Attrition. Attrition is shit. I don't know how many times I've said this, but Attrition is absolutely terrible. It involves running around and walking over grunts with your Titan to win the game. That is disgusting. I do not want to fucking play Attrition. Do you understand that, Respawn? I want to play Pilot Hunter, which means I actually have to shoot and hunt down enemy players and kill them, and kill Titans to get pilots out of their Titans and kill them as well, rather than just spending games walking over grunts and shooting them with arc cannons or triple threats. That's so fucking boring. Oh my god, and they removed the 2 best game modes in the game from public play. After balancing capture the flag to benefit public play, they removed it. They fucking, I don't know, it was a fucking, why did they change capture the flag? Because they've killed it for competitive. We can still play in private matches, yes, but it's absolutely fucking shit in private matches now because everyone's so fucking good at defending their flag that it's impossible to take any flags and make fast-paced action games of CTF. It's and there comes the frustration from WarSpirit. The last 30 seconds of rage at the end of this video. I'm so fucking pissed. Oh god, what have you done, Respawn? Fix it, please. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.